Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Efeni. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Rufa. Good morning, Ayo.
Good morning.
Yes, let's start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. The lead story of Basan.
Hello everyone, good day according to you. So welcome back to Learning Institute. Hope you guys are doing well. Please, if you're seeing my channel for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and kindly hit the notification button. And if you're going to see this video on Facebook, please don't forget to like and kindly follow. As you do that, God will bless you. And I pray God will reach you at the point of your needs. So guys, let's check it out again once more. What's going on in Nigeria? And after people lost their life on the hand of unknown gunmen. So, ex-President Obasanjo visited the family's members where he expressed his own feelings, And what do Nigeria need? According to the reports, Nigeria need efficiency and somebody that's determined, that know what he's doing, that has some kind of guts, somebody who, but let me break down. How can you achieve this? Because one thing we all are not really seeing here is that Nigeria is being held back since Nigeria was given independence. So there is something that is wrong, because before you can fight something that you don't know, before you want to know if Nigeria can be back or cannot be back, you have to understand or ask yourself a question. Why is Nigeria in this kind of situation? What has gone wrong? As a new person that I've seen also other part of the world, I think Nigeria problem started from the day Nigeria was giving together. Now, no way I use that word me, because the giving together is too much. You can't be happy in this kind of giving together. So I will leave that by the side. So I will be dropping to you, giving you the way Obasanjo expressed himself when you go to the families, when some of the families, okay, but more than not forget, say for that they say Nigeria. Now people for they lose their life every day. We be say nobody even know whether they lose person. I beg. More than not forget that thing. Say the poor people for Nigeria, when they lose people, nobody go they visit them. Now we be say and so no just want to talk the matter rich, because all this kind of matter so all the bad things where they happen for Nigeria, nobody they see them. It gets some people where be say something happen to they never even get answered. Not talk less of they go even know what to be Android rather than they want to complain. Now understand. Now only when something go happen to a poor man go come out for social media, now people can go rush to the east. What of those people where be say they know even they cry come out. I beg Mona watch this video, Mona leave una comment. No, we be say all those people where they go they rape for fun, where they kill, where they do things, where they go fun, where they don't come back. I beg you, Nigerians, I beg, we will tell ourselves the truth.
Nigeria at crossroads needs leader with right character, says he's paid his dues. Yes, former President Olusegun Obasanjo was in Enugu yesterday. Yes, to pay tribute and condole with the family of First Republic Minister of Aviation, Chief Mbazulike Amechi, who died on November 1. But the message he took there yesterday, talking about leader with the right character. Of course, we're in the process of recruiting another leader at the highest level as a country, with the general election slated for next year. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo, well, he did not mention any name, but if we look at what he said, it's like he has somebody in mind. He said the major problem with Nigeria was the death of leaders with the right type of character, who should be trusted with the leadership role. Now, he went further to say, so if I put my hand on someone, it means that comparing with the other is a merit that will be of benefit to Nigeria, he said. But there was also somebody there. Chief Pa Ayo Adebanjo was also in Enugu to also condole with the people. And former President Olusegun Obasanjo went forward to say, and I believe that Chief Adebanjo stands for the same thing. What I believe and what I think Pa Adebanjo believes is not ethnic, it's not sectional, it's not religious. It is Nigerian. I believe in one Nigeria. Yes. If you want to decode or unpack, as Ruben will put it, what a former president is saying. Yes, we know he had 2 visitors recently, presidential candidates. Peter Obi visited him. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed also visited him. Of course, there was no news about whether he endorsed somebody or he preferred one. But here he's saying, if I put my hand on someone, it means that comparing with the other, there is a merit that will be of benefit to Nigeria. Now, Peter Obi was also in Enugu yesterday at the same time. Is he endorsing Peter Obi? Because we know what Pa Adebanjo stands for when it comes to the candidates. He has come out clearly to say his group, that is the Pan-Yoruba Socio-Cultural Organization, Afenifere, is backing Peter Obi. And he gave reasons for equity, for justice. And he believes Peter Obi can be trusted. He has character. So is Obasanjo now aligning with the Afenifere position? Because these are his words, and I think they are clear enough. You don't even need to unpack to know where Chief or Obasanjo is pointing at. But we just look at other newspapers and the stories they have. Yes, if we look at the Punch newspaper, yes, we have the Punch newspaper. The INEC PDP offices razed, scores killed in southeast Kaduna. Yet another attack on INEC facilities. This time, the police were able to repel, even though some petrol bomb were thrown at the buildings, but not much of sensitive materials were destroyed. But the police killed 3 of these assailants and 2 were arrested. I'm interested in those 2 that have been arrested because we need to get to the root of this matter. Who is behind these attacks? Who are the ones sponsoring these guys? Are they just going on rampage on their own? I think the police need to get to the root of this matter because one attack too many. And if this continues, of course, it will affect the preparations of the Independent National Electoral Commission. So many most Nigerians will be waiting to hear from the police what they will be able to extract from those assailants they arrested early morning yesterday. Now, the Vanguard newspaper has the story. Politicians inducing voters with money, buying PVCs. This is INEC making this allegation. A worrisome development. PDP is saying those who weaponize poverty behind purchase of PVCs. Labour Party. Politicians creating problems for electoral system. Afenifere, INEC must invalidate stolen bought PVCs. Pandef, INEC left openings for manipulation. Ohaneze is accusing. Now, if some persons are buying PVCs and INEC is aware of this, they should be reported to the security agencies so that such persons should be arrested and, of course, made to face the music. It's not enough to just go to the rooftop and cry and make allegations. If there are concrete evidence, persons must be arrested and made to face the music. Otherwise, this will continue. Some politicians are ready to do anything to distort the system, to pervert free, fair, and credible election. But this must not be allowed to happen. And as we head to the 2023 election. Now, the Daily Trust newspaper, despite DSS ultimatum, petrol scarcity persists in states. Product sales for 310 naira per litre in Kaduna, Kano, others. Queues is in Lagos, Abuja. Marketers seek price control, deregulation. DSS begins secret operations. Well, it's not enough to just read the Riot Act. As we said on this program some days ago, if the products are not available, of course, marketers will know what to do, and this is what we are saying, 310. But people are buying because it's either you buy or you don't drive your car. Either you buy or you don't power your generator. People are buying. What does that tell us? Perhaps it is time to remove subsidy, deregulate the market, let importers, marketers bring in their products, sell at the cost-effective price, and Nigerians will buy as they're buying at 310 naira per litre in many parts of the country, according to that report. Now, the New Telegraph newspaper, COVID-19 guidelines, presidential committee abolishes face mask rule at airports, cancels coronavirus PCR rule irrespective of vaccination status, orders airlines to resume in-flight meal services, Yuletide, immigration to establish diaspora desk at international airports, IATA becomes Africa's 1.9% passenger cargo traffic despite over 1 billion population bemoans. Yes, IATA bemoans 1.9% passengers cargo traffic around the world. That's what Africa is contributing despite the 1 billion population of Africa. But does this mean now COVID-19 guidelines off? Can we not say COVID-19 over in Nigeria? Because with these new guidelines, it means you don't even have to take the vaccine. But Nigerians should also be warned that in other countries, they still ask. If you're traveling out of the country, they still ask for your vaccination status. So this may not just be the end, because the vaccines are still available, and it is advisable for people who have not taken to go and do so. Now, if we look at the foreign newspapers quickly, the Times of London, last-minute talks to halt strike break down. Thousands of patients face cancellations. The Health Secretary, Steve Bakley, of course, yesterday told the unions that government will not reopen pay negotiations. And of course, Pat Cullen, the General Secretary of the Royal College of Nursing, accused him of belligerence. But what that means is that there's a stalemate, and for the first time, there will be a nationwide strike by nurses. The implication for patients is that thousands of patients will be told today that operations and appointments are to be cancelled. Not good news coming from the health sector in the UK. But palliatives being made, the Daily Telegraph reporting taxis may be used as ambulances in strike. Well, that's the situation in the UK right now.
Emmanuel, two quick things.
Yeah.
First, on the Obasanjo story, President Obasanjo was in Enugu to pay tribute to former Minister of Aviation, statesman who died, and he was there.
The last of the Titans,
yes,
as is being
Chief
referred to.
Bazuluke Amechi. who died on November 1. And when he was signing the condolence register, he also made a number of statements. He was accompanied by Mr. Peter Obi and also by Chief Ayo Adebanjo. And he made a point there about equity, justice, peace, and all of that. So the indication, I think, is very clear. He was, again, on that occasion, endorsing the concept of Igbo presidency, and perhaps also directly endorsing Mr. Peter Obi, even if he didn't say so in explicit terms. But elders sometimes speak in proverbs and through signals. But it was very clear, even to the blind and the deaf, that was a kind of endorsement. But that's that about that. The points he made, the principled points about equity and justice, I think that these are very important points that everybody should pay attention to. The second point is the Presidential Steering Committee and the NCAA, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, now saying that there's a new regime with regard to COVID in Nigeria. Well, first, let's commend the Presidential Steering Committee. I think they did a good job. While COVID raged heavily in Nigeria, they were there. It was only the Presidential Steering Committee and the Lagos State government that all of us heard from regularly. And then, of course, the agency, in charge, the federal agency, leading us. However, the directives that have been given, I hope they will communicate all of that down the line. That now, when we board the airplanes, we should be given refreshment. Not that it's when you are leaving, they will give some people, they will not give other people. Part of the directive is that now, that our jollof rice, we should not be denied.
That is a matter of the economy, Ruben.
No, it's not economy.
It has nothing to do with
They were playing smart with it.
One of them have started.
Yeah, okay.
I traveled recently.
Secondly, that before you board your aircraft, you don't need to subject yourself to some of those checks. However, what is important is that there are other public health challenges that the Nigerian government will need to pay attention to. COVID drew attention away from other major issues, affecting us. So public health is not something you do on an episodic basis. There are still other issues like meningitis,